first thought is knowing our opponent. Uh, this group, our team was prepared to be in a dogfight, which the game was. It was possession by possession. When you play good teams, your margin of error is very thin. And Radford took advantage of our mistakes, our communication errors on defense, and made us pay. I didn't think we played poorly. I think we probably could have took care of the ball a little bit more and given ourselves a better shot to score a few more points on offense. But aside from that, again, I think that we're improving. It's a disappointing result. This group is disappointed, and when you schedule like we are scheduling, you are going to run up against teams that are NCAA caliber, Radford being one of them. They're preseason, Big South, ranked number 2. They have returners and transfers, and they make you pay. And this is the type of non-conference schedule that I'm going to continue doing going forward because it's preparing us for the most important segment of our season, January, February, March. We'll come back to work on Monday, and we'll continue the process of being the best team we can be. Part of our preparation process is identifying strengths and potentially taking advantage of what we consider their weaknesses. Their strengths are offensive rebounding. They have 2 really impressive offensive rebounders that do a great job finding the ball off the rim, and we knew that, and they did what they normally do. Part of it maybe is the fact that we're just a little out of position when the shot goes up. We got to get better positioning so that we don't get pushed under the basket, wedged it's called. But at the same time, they're a really good team. And they did what they do, which is offensive rebounding. And we did not respond well in the moment. Second half was slightly better, for sure. But end of the shot clock, when your opponent hits a shot with 1 second on the clock and 2 seconds on the clock, it has a deflating emotional impact. And in the moment, that will now make us have to make a shot, essentially. That's how the game works. So I thought we did a better job in the second half, certainly challenged them at halftime. They responded well, and now we have to clean up the first half as it relates to rebounding so that we don't give opponents 6 second chance points. Because, you know, it's a 10-shot difference. That's a lot. We didn't do anything at halftime. We just alerted them to those particular numbers. I mean, and sometimes in a game it's against a good team, and that team, I think, is very similar to Marist, who we played 4 weeks ago now, 3 weeks ago. And the result was significantly different. And so I look at that and say, okay, we, at the end of the day, we need to get a few more stops and a few more shots. And that's something that I can clean up. I can help this group clean up. But like I said, I mean, unfortunately, and fortunately, unfortunately you lose, fortunately you learn. And right now we are learning that when you play against a good team, and we've learned that through the whole month of November, your margin of error is very slim. We made 2 communication errors. They capitalized. 2 threes, bang, bang. And then you're in a 6-point hole in a tie game. And it's 2 shots. It's not 10 shots. It's not a steal. It's not a turnover. We turned it over a little bit too much in the first half. But those are the moments where we now have to know we got to contest a little harder. We can't make mistakes. And it will help us, like I said, January, February, March, because as a staff, we know what we're working towards. And as a team, they know what they're working towards. But ultimately, yeah, the result's disappointing. You don't want anybody to beat you in the home floor. Here at Bucknell, that's the expectation. That's the expectation. And Soika was a great crowd, really happy with the turnout. It's always impactful for us. But at the same time, we have to continue to grow and know in order to get out of here with a win, it's going to be an absolute fight. And I thought for the most part it was. It just they made a couple more shots at the end. And it's definitely something that we're trying to get better at in terms of type of shots that we're taking. I thought with Elvin on the floor, which we haven't seen in a while, we got to the basket a little bit more, put a little bit more pressure on the rim. Elvin took 4, I think, and so, you know, those situations, those type of moments definitely add up for us. Yeah, I mean, I think back to we missed a couple bunnies, a couple layups around the rim that were really important in a game like this. This is exactly what February, March is going to be. Literally, it's going to be shot for shot, possession for possession, free throw for free throw. I'm very happy that we went 15 for 15. But at the same time, like now we got to make sure that we don't make mistakes with 5 minutes to go in a possession-by-possession game. And what I love about this team is the overall group energy doesn't want to make those mistakes either. And that's a positive right now. So you take some positives from the losses, but ultimately you don't want to lose. I wouldn't say that. I don't know. I haven't honestly spent too much time studying the league just now. Really focused on just this group, making sure we're organized. We actually played probably the fastest we've played in quite some time, and I thought it looked pretty good as it relates to our organization and our pace and getting the right shots. We turned it over too many times in the first half, and that hurts us. It really hurts us. And so the players know that, but ultimately, yeah, we're going to keep playing quality teams in the non-conference so that we prepare for January, February, and March. Because, like I said, that is the mission here. We want to be in the NCAA tournament. That's what we're doing at Bucknell, and so we're going to schedule accordingly. And when we recruit, we're recruiting to that model. And the players in here, they want it. They have the appetite for it. They want it. So they're disappointed. And at the same time, we're going to then bounce back as a staff like we should and get them better. No, I mean, I think everyone in the non-conference trying to figure out who they are, especially in the Patriot League. I think, like, everyone's experiencing the same stuff. I mean, across college basketball non-conference. They're trying to figure out who they are. You saw a slate today of college basketball games that are high level. Indiana, Kansas, Penn State, Georgia Tech. Everyone's trying to figure out, you know, the direction they're trying to go once the conference season begins. Because January, unlike the non-conference month of November or half a month of December, that conference season is an absolute grind. And so ultimately the teams that come out on top at the end and in March are the teams that are really good at doing what they do. They're just really good at doing what they do, and it doesn't matter the opponent. And so that's what we're trying to build here. It doesn't matter who we play. Yeah, we have the leadership. I'm happy with the direction of the personalities in the group. I think that you know, Brady does a good job from an energy standpoint, a physicality standpoint. He keeps us organized. And then from there, with Elvin coming in, it was a little change of pace. And it was nice to see that we had two guys that can attack the rim. Now we just have to make better decisions, which we will.